Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Succession Planning webinar. My name is Brooke Wind, and I am a business development representative here at the Lake Superior Community Partnership. Before we get started, I'm going to go over with you some housekeeping rules. If you would like to ask a question during the webinar, there is a chat box at the bottom of your screen. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask them at any time. I will see the questions as they come in through the chat, and I will answer them during or at the end of the webinar. During this webinar, I will be going over these three topics. These three topics are the importance of having a plan, what is inside our toolkit, as well as how to get started on your succession plan for your business. There is no better time than now to start creating a succession plan. The workforce is continuously changing, and the need for talent has not changed either. And if you or someone you know is looking to retire from their business soon and is looking to have a successor take over, the time to start looking is now. This slide showcases the business life cycle, which are the many stages a business will go through. In the picture shown, it begins in the startup phase and continues to grow and expand and so on. Before I dive into the last stage of the cycle, when starting your business, one thing to consider is creating a business plan when writing or bringing your business to life. You may or may not have a business plan in place currently. However, if you don't, that's okay. The LSCP can assist you with writing a business plan. It is good to have a business plan in place when starting up because it helps keep you on track with everything you are working on when bringing your business into fruition. Information included in business plans can range from the business being where the business is located, what you are looking to produce or sell, to fun stuff like financial forecasting, marketing, and much more. Further down the line, this leads to how your business is going to grow. Then this leads to expanding what you created and your business reaching to more and more potential. Once the business has reached a solid foundation and has matured to be what you hoped it would be, then comes the last stage of the business cycle. This transition stage of your business is when you, as a business owner, will have your business continue in the hands of another owner, which can mean having one or more family members taking over the business, someone internally you've seen grow into the role, or someone who loves the business just as much as you. When retirement comes, what if no one in the family wants to take on the family business? What if I'm ready to retire and can't find another entrepreneur to take my place? The transition period of the business cycle tends to not be as thought about until maybe a year or even a few months of the owner wanting to retire. Now I'm going to dive into more detail of what the LSCP's Succession Planning Toolkit has to offer and what you as a business owner can use and take away from it. As I mentioned earlier, the importance of having a succession plan, or more specifically, why you as a business owner should have one. A study in Forbes magazine a few years ago, post-pandemic, stated that 88% of family-owned businesses do not have a written succession plan. An article in 2001 stated that 75% of small businesses don't have a plan in place. Although it has decreased slightly since the pandemic, it is still 75%. That is a large percentage of businesses that do not have any succession plan to some degree in place. It is understandable for any business owner to not consider working on a plan until absolutely necessary. Your business has been your life work, your baby, your everything. Thinking about the transitioning stage or that next step and possibly final step for you to take as a business owner is hard to think about. The importance of having a succession plan is to help your business get organized and ready to transition into new ownership. If that would be a family member or an entrepreneur with the same amount of passion as you for the business. This leads to the LSCP's Succession Planning Toolkit. The LSCP has developed a toolkit to guide business owners on what should be thought about during the transitioning stage of your business. Some of the tools that I will be discussing today in that succession planning toolkit are when and where to begin with the succession planning process, the templates that are available, as well as going over some examples on how to organize those. I will also talk about some do's and don'ts in regards to the succession planning process and what can be done to try and avoid those. And lastly, a checklist to keep you on track throughout your succession planning. In the succession planning toolkit, there will be resources on the state and local level that are available to the public that some may or may not know about. For example, there are realtors that can handle commercial buildings if a business owner is wanting to list their business for sale, or lawyers and financial advisors that can work with you and offer services that will aid you in your succession planning process. Another great tool in the toolkit is the question and answer page. This page in the toolkit asks questions that you as a business owner may not think about. An example question would be, why do I want to sell or exit the business? Or even what legal documents are required for selling or exiting the business? Along with those questions, there are explanations, answers, and resources that not only the LSCP provides, but other local and state resources provide as well. The templates that are in our succession planning toolkit are a timeline, list of suppliers and business contacts, and the position and strengths and weaknesses. I will be going over the templates and provide examples on how these templates could be used. And for a brief description of each, the timeline is a calendar that can be incorporated into your day-to-day operations. The example I will be showing is a month at a time and what can be added to it to make it your own. Another template is our list of suppliers, utilities, and so on. This and the business contact template are in the same format. These templates would be for listing information on each utility company or business contact you've made along the years, and the option to write additional comments on each provider or business. The job position strength and weakness template is similar to the timeline or calendar. However, this is a timeline of the entrepreneur or family member you are working with to transition into the new role of owner. The succession planning timeline, as I mentioned, is like a calendar that can be incorporated into your day-to-day operations. This calendar or timeline sample goes by a month-to-month basis. It even can be shrunk down to week by week if you prefer it that way. In the examples shown, it has what ABC company could possibly have during the week, such as placing orders on a Tuesday and Thursday, and on Wednesday, an appointment with the realtor to talk about how to list your business. To make it your own, at the bottom of the calendar, it showcases the different colors associated with each appointment or goals that a business owner would like to achieve. In the key section, the financial advisors are in a dark purple. The realtors are in a dark orange, and the law office is in a teal color. These colors can be your favorite colors or to make it more memorable for you, or colors that stick out to you like a bright red or like a neon highlighter. Adding the timeline to your day-to-day operations will help organize and keep you on track of what needs to be done and achieved by that certain time. The list of suppliers utilities template has the name of the business, their contact information for the person or persons whom you as a business owner have worked with, along with comments for working with said business. In this case, the main contact with ABC Company is Bob Johnson. And in the comment section, it says that he is who the business owner pays at the beginning of each month. This can be any supplier, utilities, building rent, and so on that a business can work with. It can be monthly, daily, maybe yearly. And this template can help the transitioning owner have these contacts in one place and make it simple to understand. It is overall a great organizational tool to have in any business. And the similar layout of this example is the business contact list, which can consist of all the contacts you have made over the years. And the business contact list can even be a client list as well. The position strengths and weakness template is similar to a candidate profile for a person or persons you are working with in the transitioning period. If the person you are looking to take on the business is new to the field or has been there a long time, there may be some extra help to make sure they fit the part. A candidate profile of their position in the company and their strengths and weaknesses can help you understand what might be beneficial for the business and what can help them in the long haul. The example shown has the candidate Jane Smith, who has mentioned interest in taking on ownership of the business. This example shows the time frame of when the owner of this company feels they are ready, what training is needed to assist them in running the business, such as financial day-to-day operations, or other possibilities for training like human resources. As you can see, since she is an operations manager, she already knows the day-to-day operations, so there's no additional training needed for that. And even though a person may express interest, they may also not be the best fit for your business. And this template can help decipher that or decide that. In addition to having easy to use templates for your business to access, the toolkit has a few things to keep in mind when constructing your succession plan. It dives into some topics that should be discussed when selling your business, creating your succession plan, and even on a personal and business level. An example question on a personal level would be if you as a business owner are ready to transition to selling the business to either family or someone who is passionate about the business. But it may seem like an easy question. Yeah, I'm ready to retire. Yes, I'm ready to pass down the business down to my own kids. I'm ready to move on. And this question may seem simple to answer for most. However, this is not always the case. Sometimes the business owner may not mentally be ready to take that final step, although they have been wanting and expressing that for some time now. It doesn't matter if everything is ready to hand over to the next person. If the business owner is not prepared to release control, the transition can be hard and in some cases cause the transitions to fall through. As I mentioned earlier, the business is your life's work. It's not easy to just hand over the reins to someone else. This example of the do's and don'ts is only one of the many in the toolkit to look into. Even on the business level, this change can affect your employees too. Keeping them informed along the way and being able to answer questions can make the transition to new ownership easier. You can find more of these tips and tricks out in our toolkit, so take a look for that. Lastly, we have the checklist. This is a list where you can set your long-term goals and see your plan on paper and go over who needs to be contacted, such as lawyers, realtors, financial advisors, accountants, and so much more. This checklist will also keep you on track, which is the main thing when working on your succession plan for your business. And it keeps the goals you want to achieve in check and realistic to the time frame of your transition. We have gone through a lot of information today, and I understand it's a lot to take in such a short amount of time. So this is the end of my presentation. And just a friendly reminder that I will be emailing everyone the link to our succession plan toolkit. I am also happy to sit down and talk with anyone who is wanting to start planning, or if you are already going through the process as well, just to answer any questions that you do have and to make that transition process easier. My contact information is on the screen as well as in the email I will be sending out. And at this time, I will be looking at some of the questions that were submitted. And it looks like that there were no questions submitted at this time. Again, I would like to say thank you for joining and seeing a brief overview of our succession planning toolkit. If you have any questions, again, feel free to contact me. My information, again, is listed on the slide, as well as in the email that will be going out. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day and enjoy the holiday weekend.